Good evening, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. I did make a decision what we're doing tonight. Hope you're ready for this. I'm going to be half easy on you and half hard. We're going to start step 6, but I'm going to give you homework, and then we'll do a little more digging at least tomorrow night. I'm not sure if we'll go beyond tomorrow night. We'll see how we do. See what shows up. Okay, so Gamblers Anonymous, the Working the Steps pamphlet, says that step 6 is we're entirely ready to have these defects of character removed. Maybe I should remind us of what steps 4 and 5 were. So step 4 was making the searching and fearless moral and financial inventory of ourselves. And step 5 was admitted to ourselves and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So step 6 is knowing what those wrongs are, because we just told them to somebody. And chances are we probably knew for a while. And we're going to get ready to remove them. Here are some of the examples that the book says are character defects: anger, arrogance, anxiety. By the way, pay attention. If there's any that hit you, and even if you haven't played along with the steps before, write down whatever resonates with you, because that'll be part of your homework. Okay, anxiety, bigotry, conceit, condemnation of others, dishonesty, egotism, false pride, fear, frustration, hatred, impatience. Oh, I'm good at that one. Inadequacy, intolerance, jealousy, laziness, profanity. I'm good at that one too. Procrastination, another ringer. Remorse, resentment, revenge, selfishness, self-pity, self-seeking, and worry. Yeah, why did I have to write any of this down? I could have just photocopied most of their list. All right, here goes. Here's what they're saying. House cleaning is not easy, especially when the dirt has been building up for so long. Most compulsive gamblers slither through life, hiding from themselves, and now strive to remove the mask so that one can see oneself. I'm not going to make any jokes about masks right there. In step 4, we discovered many wrongs, and after this discovery, strive to bring these wrongs to the surface. In step 5, we admitted and discussed these defects with someone else. The relief was magnificent. And it's true. It is magnificent when you do it. For the first time in a long time, one can feel as though one is no longer playing catch up. You will feel as though you could make it if you practiced a program and asked for and accepted the help of your higher power. In step 6, these defects of character must be worked on and eliminated if you want the best chance possible to arrest the illness. We're told that character defects and negative emotions are really disturbances to serenity. Strive for serenity and see that very little upsets you in this goal. In the old days, everything was disturbing. Now our awareness will prevent us from going back into that old way of life. Your actual list of character defects is the best place to start. Based on your newfound knowledge of yourself, select the one with which to start. So obviously that's going to be your homework. Out of that big list, you're going to pick one to start. One is all that you can handle at a time. If you pick your worst defect, any success will certainly help you work on the others. Be willing to move slowly and steadily and realize that every human being has character defects, but retaining yours may lead you back to gambling. You shouldn't subject yourself to these disturbances of serenity because you will place undue burden on your recovery. At first, you may feel uncomfortable with some of these defects and are fearful about parting with them, but you will, given time, see the need for change and realize that these old enemies must go. Okay, so I'm going to do this with you guys too. Sounds like fun. And geez, there's a couple on here that really hit a nerve for me. But I think, geez, I have thoughts about most of these words. I think I'm going to go with fear. That's what I have written down. And that's what I think will be my focus. So tomorrow we'll start digging into what the book has for questions and see what we can do to work on my fear. And by the way, just so you know, this fear stuff doesn't include fear of snakes and spiders. It's only personal fear stuff. Okay, well, before I go, I don't want to keep it that short and sweet. I just want to say that I know what I want to tell you because I was thinking about this when I was on my bike earlier. And I should have recorded myself and made a little video on Instagram to talk about it, but I was not that ambitious. So I had plans today to go see my friend, little Miss Tara, and we were going to go for lunch and for ice cream at a local cool place here called Jumpin' Jacks. And Jumpin' Jacks is it's less than 3 miles for sure from my apartment. It's walkable. And part of me had intended on maybe walking earlier. And then I was like, oh, riding my bike will be quicker. And I haven't been on my bike all week, which is part of why I was looking at procrastination on that list of character defects. But that's not why I wasn't on my bike. I was catching up on sleep and doing self-love devotion time, I guess. So I go to grab my bike and get ready. And I realize that one of the brakes is like my back brakes are not working and I don't know how to fix them. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a reason to not ride my bike. I guess I'll have to take my car. Now, mind you, it's been raining most of the day, so I already had that going for me. Oh, I can't walk or ride my bike in the rain. I'm like building excuses on excuses. Well, I have a second bike. So I went and I grabbed that and I couldn't get the seat adjusted right. Again, it would be so much easier to just get in my car. But if I want the treat of ice cream, I feel like I need to earn it. Even though I've been earning it, but I've been eating a lot of ice cream. So I needed a new earn it. So I was a good girl and I got on the second bike, which was a little more challenging, fun to maneuver. And I rode my bike over to get ice cream and lunch. And it was when I got back onto my street that I was like, you know what? You could have abandoned this. I'm proud of you today. Like, good job, Bobby, because it would have just been so much easier to get in my car and drive down. Like, so much easier. But I'm not about... Oh, here we go with the yawns. Holy smokes. I'm not about being easy in that way, as you know. So I got my little couple miles in on the bike and I got my ice cream and I got home in time. I'm going to be on somebody else's podcast, guys. Can you imagine? Actually, a couple. This fella said probably not till September, maybe. I don't know. I think my other one's in September too, when it will, well, I think I'm recording another one with somebody else in September. So it's fun getting to be interviewed instead of being the interviewer. That was a little different. So that helped push me a little out of my comfort zone, which goes back to fear, my step 6 defect that we'll talk about tomorrow. Unless I change it by tomorrow because, well, I don't know. We'll see what I feel like tomorrow. But as it is now, I'm going to declare it fear. And we will do some digging on that together. So I hope that you guys... and by the way, it doesn't have to be a defect that's on that list. It could be whatever you're struggling with as a defect. Okay. All right, beautiful people. I am going to say... good night. I hope your weekend was fabulous. I will chat with you first thing in the morning. And I think that's all I have for you today. I kept it closer to 10 minutes. Yeah. All right. Good night, beautiful people.